Hey, Teddy K here for Best Buy Plugin, and in this video review we take a look at the Asus Lyra Voice, a wireless router that not only distributes your Wi-Fi connection, but is also a Bluetooth and Alexa smart home speaker. In most cases, routers are set up initially physically the first time, and then just kind of left to do their thing until something goes wrong. But Asus had different ideas, and they felt that they would add a couple of features, particularly with audio playback and smart home control. The Lyra Voice is a very integrated kind of product because not only do you have the fact that it's a Bluetooth speaker and also an Alexa-enabled smart home speaker, but it's also that you can use it in a couple different ways from a networking perspective. So, for example, you can use it as a standalone router. You can use it as part of an Asus A-Mesh system. Make it a node basically to expand the mesh. Or you can use it as a repeater with an existing router as well. It doesn't have to be an Asus router either. It could be a third-party router. You just kind of extend the signal. So you have three different ways, three different configurations on how to use it as far as networking goes. Now, how does it work? As a router, well, there's 7 antennas built in, so it's got a fair amount of power inside, and the spread isn't bad. I think for a home that's about, let's say, 2,000 square feet, I don't know that you'll necessarily get the throughput that you would want throughout the home. And especially when you go outside, a balcony, a backyard, something like that, you might run into some problems. But beyond that, it's fairly capable, and especially the throughput in closer confines is actually quite good. That being said, I think the router actually makes more sense in smaller spaces, particularly a condo, an apartment, a smaller home like a townhome, something like that. It'll easily cover that space. It does it well, and you can probably situate it in a spot where you can actually make use of the other features, right? And the reason I say that is because you have to kind of want the other features to actually go with this router. There are other routers that do the exact same job as far as performance goes, in terms of coverage and throughput and things like that. So you kind of have to want the other features to go with this. I will say though, from a network, as a networker, if you're looking for a certain amount of command and control, the app is quite good. There's a lot of different features in there. You can prioritize which devices should get more bandwidth. You can block certain devices if you want to, so a bit of parental control there. You can, there's, firmware updates. There's all kinds of things that are pretty clearly laid out in a grid on the app, which I liked. So you don't necessarily have to be super tech savvy to be able to use it, but there may be terms and terminologies in there that you don't know. But once I think you do get to know them, you'll figure out, you'll figure your way around, and I think you'll be okay. So just to recap, it's a good product. It functions well. It does a good job. There were a couple of hiccups that I encountered. I don't know that I was crazy about the 2 Ethernet ports in the back. If you have multiple hubs and things that you need to set up or to hook up, you're going to need an Ethernet switch. But if you're pretty much all wireless, then that's not really going to be a factor. So beyond that, it's a solid product. As a speaker, it's okay. Like I would say equate it to something like a mid-range speaker. So nothing crazy, but not bad at all. 8 watts output, so pretty decent. And yeah, it's basically a speaker that's okay. A smart home speaker, like the Alexa functionality is pretty much the same as any other Alexa-enabled speaker. There's nothing really different. And setting it up is very easy. And then you have just it as a router. So you have kind of like a triple sort of threat here, if I can call it that. And it works pretty well. But again, as I said earlier, you have to want those features. So if you're thinking of getting an Alexa speaker and you also need a new router, this could be the way to go. And that's my review of the Asus Lyra Voice for Best Buy Plugin. I'm Teddy K. Thanks for watching.